Welcome back, YouTubers, to the post-WrestleMania Monday Night Raw review with us, the British Fist. Jing, fresh off that WrestleMania review, and we thank you guys for all your comments, all your likes, and it's our highest viewed, highest liked, highest commented video we've ever done. So, thanks, guys.
It was WrestleMania, and I'm glad you had so much feedback on our video as well as WrestleMania itself. So thank you for that, and keep tuning in for our video.
All I can say is yes, 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 yes. Subscribe above, like this video, comment your thoughts down in the comment section below.
Make sure you contact us in the links in the grid box below.
Yes, indeed. And there was a lot of speculation going on of what might happen on Raw this Monday. There was so much stuff going on over the WrestleMania weekend about people who are WWE assigned and stuff. So I was really excited for this Raw, especially after that WrestleMania and that finish we got.
Well, like we said in our predictions and at WrestleMania, there was so much that happened at the event that left us wondering what's the future for WWE, what's the outcome, where they're going to go next. And this Raw, it gave us quite a bit of direction, but maybe not as strong as it could in some aspects.
Yeah, what the fuck are we going to do for a topical video this weekend, Jay? I'm really back to topical videos again, eh? Back to topical videos. But anyway, don't know what we're going to do this week, but we'll try and find something for you to talk about for you guys in our topical videos. But for right now, we'll get on to the Monday Night Raw review, because I don't know about you, NJ, but after that weekend of Showdown in the Sun, technical issues, WrestleMania, late nights and everything, I'm fucking knackered. I don't know about you, but
no, why?
I'm knackered, I'll tell you why. We officially started off Raw with Johnny Ace addressing the WWE locker room. None other than CM Punk comes in and tells him he's a toolbox.
Yeah, again, I like that, because on WrestleMania we had Laminati trying to get involved with Punk again. Punk obviously trying to prove that he got past his little segment thing, got to his point, got in Ace's face, and oh, I just like this. It was very good.
In Ace's face. That could be a new catchphrase, NJ. Johnny Ace, basically, he's all about the people power era, and we get Santino defending his championship versus Ziggler and Swagger, made for tonight, and CM Punk versus Mark Henry for the WWE Championship. Welcome to the people power era. Is that going to be WWE's new era or something after the PG era?
No, it's more about Laminati's era, that's it. It's not for the people. The people that are not going to get a say in this. Not at all.
Oh, who knows? Maybe Johnny Ace will appeal to the people some more. Anyway, he was you know, doing his stuff backstage, and we open up the show though with a surprise, in my opinion. The Rock. I didn't expect Rock to open this Raw, so to have him open was a nice feeling. And to be honest with you, he was the last thing we saw in WrestleMania, so to have him officially open was the right thing to do, wasn't it?
His music hit, the crowd loved it, I loved it, we loved it. Awesome to see The Rock after WrestleMania being the one to get the crowd alive, ready for tonight's Raw.
And one thing I will say is the Miami crowd this week was a very interesting and very vocal crowd. I must admit, did help this show. It was a really good crowd tonight, wasn't it?
They were definitely in this, but again, after we saw at WrestleMania, we do expect from the Miami crowd, especially going on to Raw.
Yeah, basically we have Rock coming out and saying that he is home, and I'm kind of thinking, oh God, this really reminds me of what happened last year when he said he was coming home and he went back to his movies. But there we go, he basically thanks the people and guarantees that this is just the beginning, and Rock's vision is to become WWE Champion. He has some big visions, doesn't he, which only Abraham Washington could further. But there we go.
So now in Rock's appearance between now and next year's WrestleMania, or whenever he's thinking of going for the belt, we're going to get a big, awesome match sometime this year. I'm looking forward to it.
It looks like they're going to do something to do with WrestleMania 29 between The Rock and the WWE Champion or something like that. I don't know. I mean, well, we find out later that he wasn't going to face Cena, but there we go. You know what struck me during this segment, MJ, and pretty much throughout the whole night? Daniel Bryan, after losing his match in 18 seconds, man, the crowd wanted Daniel Bryan in every segment tonight, didn't they? It was surprising to say the least after his, you know, we thought his initial pop was going to die.
Even though we thought that maybe people are not going to be into Bryan, the fact it's in Miami, I'm expecting when it come out of Miami, the crowd probably change, will go back to normal. So even though we're hearing Bryan, yes, and all that stuff, I'm just thinking it's going to be a temporary thing. But it was good to hear, because for Bryan fans, Bryan's probably loving it, so it's a good thing for him.
Let's be honest with you, especially after what happened in that 18-second match. The fans really wanted him, didn't they, tonight? They only got him in a small dose, but we'll go on to that in a minute. So, good opener to the show. I mean, not Rock's strongest promo, but nice to open up with The Rock who won and talking about thanking the people and stuff. So I think that was a good opener.
Very good. Very good.
We then go to our US Championship match. Santino versus Ziggler versus Jack swagger. And one thing struck me here as well. The Miami crowd loves a bit of Dolph Ziggler, don't they? Because he got a really big pop, didn't he?
Even though he was involved in that match at WrestleMania, he's coming back into the new WWE year for the US title. So they're showing how much of a push they're going to give him, probably by the end of 2012, who knows. But at the start, he's still going for the US belt. So crowd cheer for him, but he's not going anywhere really.
No, he was US champion in the sort of middle of last year, wasn't he? So yeah, anyway, shows he hasn't really moved up the card that much. But basically in the match we get Ziggler and Swagger arguing. Santino gets the victory. The match was about 7 minutes, but most of it was commercials, really, because of the rather long opener. So we didn't really get to see much of this match, but we got to see Santino win, and Santino winning was good. I liked it.
Going into this match, we thought it was going to be a handicap match just because of how they got brought out together. Ryder there, Swagger and Ziggler, they got brought out together. And Santino picked up the win. I thought the way he did it was quite cleverly done. Having Swagger and Ziggler turn on, maybe they're going to turn one in face, who knows. But this match gave Santino the reign carrying on.
Yes, indeed. And not only did Santino reign supreme here, but we got a bit of "fuck you, don't know, no." This time without the French club, though. We get Brodus Clay coming out at the aid of Santino Marella, and basically he knocks down Ziggler and he sells out like a bitch, doesn't he? And the Funkasaurus and Santino dance together, and I'm thinking to myself, what a dynamic tag team this could be.
With this, for the first time since his debut, I actually saw a direction for Brodus Clay. He's actually getting involved in something that can actually lead somewhere, go somewhere. He's got Swagger, he's got Ziggler. There's something directional for Brodus Clay, unlike at WrestleMania, but I'm looking forward to seeing where they go next. And it's very entertaining way to finish that match.
Yeah, I mean, it was Funkasaurus, people were into it, so we'll see what they do with it later on. Anyway, that's the tag team there. But anyway, after that, the Daniel Bryan chants continued as we went into the Lord Tensai's debut. As we know, Matt Bloom, also known as A-Train, returned to the WWE and faced Alex Riley. He came out with FCW superstar Sagamoto, a guy who I'm very familiar with my FCW reviews on my channel. But this match was basically all about Lord Tensai, wasn't it? And do you think bringing Matt Bloom, aka A-Train, back really had that much impact?
Crowd were flipping dead for this. They were more like caring for what happens to Riley. And Lord Tensai, you're back, you're here. I don't really care. You're not made a big impact. You've won a match, yeah, whatever. But I just don't feel anything. I just thought, bye.
I know where you're coming from, because when he was A-Train, he didn't really do much. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a dominant victory, and he didn't get a pin or anything, but he basically mauled Alex Riley. And can I say this, MJ? Alex Riley got some TV time finally! Yay! Even though it was jobbing, but he did sell well for him. And basically, they're bringing him in as this sort of, I guess, Japanese lord. I mean, we'll have to see what they do with him. But for me, it really wasn't that strong of an introduction. Mainly because the crowd really just wanted Daniel Bryan, didn't they? I mean, there we go. Pretty much, guy's pretty over. We move on to our main event. CM Punk versus Mark Henry for the WWE Championship. Once again, Daniel Bryan chants ring throughout the room. It was getting kind of annoying at the time, but I guess the guy is over. And the match itself went about 13 minutes, and I thought it was a pretty good match. I mean, Henry looked pretty dominant. CM Punk really did a good job of selling his injuries, which is a good thing about CM Punk. And they put on a pretty good match for 13 minutes.
The interesting about this is that, obviously, Johnny Ace was putting a Raw versus SmackDown wrestler combining, so it's hints that we're probably going to maybe get something more like that, having big matches from Raw and SmackDown. Yes. And the other thing is, Mark Henry, dominant, looking good again. Obviously, he was going down a bad streak. Now he's going to get CM Punk for the championship. I know it's a random match, but still, a way for Ace to get one over on Punk, but dominating both sides. And then at the end, obviously, you've got that count out, and he retains his championship.
And this is the kind of thing John Laurinaitis offers to Raw and SmackDown as the GM of both shows. If you can't hear me, do it. If you can't do it, figure it out. I've watched that Johnny Ace style, but there we go. So yeah, basically Punk retains the title on a count-out. It was a pretty good match, and the count-out thing doesn't really bother me too much because you have Mark Henry looking dominant, CM Punk still keeps the title, but it was the post-match really that made this segment, wasn't it? When you had Mark Henry attacking Punk post-match, and then Johnny Ace comes out saying that you're going to defend the title more often, Punk. You're going to be a more competitive champion there, CM Punk. And all of a sudden Jericho appears, and what is he doing? He's trying to make Punk into an alcoholic like his dad, isn't he?
I'm glad they're continuing this because it was a feud that could quite simply go on and make great match between the two. But the way they did this, I just thought, yeah, should continue the alcoholic thing because that's the biggest thing for Punk. But this whole getting drink, pour, and you slipping, drinking, it was just like, okay, I know it was embarrassing for Punk and that, and bad thing away to get Punk angry for the next show, but. I don't know.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I thought it was good in the sense that, well, you've got Jericho just again acting like a dick, and it's continuing that storyline along. And to be honest with you, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing another match between these two, even though the big match happened at WrestleMania. A match at Extreme Rules would be pretty. I mean, again, it would be pretty good, and may even be better than the one at Mania.
And normally, what we see, I'm going to take my prediction right now. Yes, things are going to change between now and Extreme Rules, but normally at WrestleMania, one person wins. On Extreme Rules, the opposite person wins. So maybe this is going to be a building up to Jericho looking dominant over Punk, and then maybe getting the win. I don't know, but this segment here shows you they have a big build up for this match again.
Yes, and the rumours are he's signed over summer, so he'll be there for a while, maybe. Who really knows? We then get a segment, even though it was advertised 3 segments ago, we then got a segment where Sheamus comes out, and to be honest with you, NJ, got a very mixed reaction, didn't he? Mainly because of the people chanting for Daniel Bryan, and you know, you have this segment where your new World Heavyweight Champion comes out, you know, to address the crowd, and all of a sudden, just about to talk, say arse or something, and then out comes Del Rio. They're kind of like, whoa, Alberto Del Rio is back, and Ricardo Rodriguez is really hanging on like, Alberto! I can't do the rest, I'm knackered.
And the thing I want to say about this straight away is, with Del Rio back for his second return, okay, you brought him back once, disappeared, come back, okay, Del Rio's back, awesomeness, a good challenger for Sheamus, I think, a heel that, obviously he's not been built up to go for the championship, but I'm still really pleased to see him and put him back in the title picture. Yes, Bryan's going to obviously get his rematch, but obviously SmackDown's new concentration on is giving Sheamus a new direction.
Yeah, I mean, it might be that. I mean, it might be that way. But to be honest with you, Andrew, the way the crowd was tonight, I know it might only be a one-off, but again, they wanted Daniel Bryan because the Daniel Bryan chants ring throughout this segment, and you're sitting there thinking, wow, you got the new World Heavyweight Champion and this guy who's just returned, and they're both getting out-chanted by Daniel Bryan. So this segment kind of fell a little bit flat, even though, you know, it was the return of Del Rio. It was the, you know, renegade of the World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, there was a lot going on in this segment. But basically, you get this whole thing where Del Rio says he's a new challenger, and they basically promote this match on SmackDown between him and Sheamus, which if Del Rio wins, he will get the title shot. And then you have Del Rio getting bro-kicked by Sheamus.
The way I see this is that, yes, they get a match on SmackDown, a warm-up match, see they're good, but I really think that Bryan's going to get involved just to continue the thing between Sheamus and Bryan.
Yep.
And then Del Rio, he'll still harbor about it, he'll probably find his way, maybe a triple threat or just something, but I just see this as possible good stuff happening for SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was another segment which the Daniel Bryan chants dominated, but they have to put him in that title picture afterwards, especially after the WrestleMania thing. And the guy, like I said, like on this show, he did get a lot of chants, so the crowd obviously wanted to see him, but they wanted to see him, but they got him in a backstage segment where he didn't say anything. But I guess that was enough because, yeah, they carried on those chants. They know. Remember those Ryder chants at Survivor Series when they want Ryder, we want Ryder, and they never got him until the last bit. Kind of similar to that, isn't it?
Most probably, but I think, again, when they go to, I'm still saying this, I repeat it, when they go to somewhere else, maybe this chance will die down or go back to normal, the WWE will move away from Bryan, but in Miami, Bryan's something that the WWE could look at, but who knows what's next.
Daniel Bryan's over in Miami, whether he's in Miami, whatever arena, or Ring of Honor Showdown in the Sun where they were doing the same chants, but there we go. We'll move on to the next segment. Cody Rhodes versus Kofi Kingston. This had a quite interesting dynamic to it, didn't it? Because you kind of had Cody Rhodes and Big Show switching roles in this, didn't you? You had Big Show coming out and basically pointing out Cody Rhodes' embarrassing moment and to allow Kofi Kingston to get the victory. I imagine these two are going to maybe continue feuding, but this was a segment, like, you know, after WrestleMania, before WrestleMania, you had Cody Rhodes pumping all this, you know, insults at Big Show. Now Big Show's finally getting his comeuppance on Cody Rhodes, not only at WrestleMania, but the Raw afterwards, and my boy's not had a good 2 days. It's tough. It's tough. It's very tough.
It's normally a heel thing to get involved and screw on in a match, but Big Show, taking advantage of him being the new IC champion, trying to get on over Cody, comes out, distracts him. But the embarrassing moment, I think they might even show the wrong one. So knockout punch is not embarrassing. The ass and face was embarrassing.
The spear to the nuts.
Why those two could have been the video, but then at the end, Cody Rhodes is got
Trouble in
distracted.
Paradise, yeah.
A good way of finishing it, giving Kofi Kingston the win. But obviously, it's going to continue in Big Show and Cody Rhodes going to the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to have a match at Extreme Rules, just like they did with Rey Mysterio last year. Who knows what's going to happen in the draft as well that's coming up. Bloody hell, I forgot about the draft. The draft's coming up, guys, at the end of April.
Well, first thing I say about the draft, yes, we'll probably save it to a later time, but the draft is not really needed because now Laurinaitis own both shows.
Oh, yeah.
Both wrestlers can go together and against each other, so the draft... Woo!
Never really thought about it that way, but yeah, now Johnny Ace is the interim GM of both Raw and SmackDown. Are they going to combine the brands, or what are they going to do? That's a strange one, isn't it? That's one we might open up to debate there. Open up to debate that one, guys. A little idea we just thought about there. We then had an Abraham Washington sighting, and again, for a regular FCW viewer such as myself, Abraham Washington could be the man with the master plan to help Mark Henry on his way back to the top and win that World Heavyweight Championship. I was going to say player, but he's not Teddy Long. Teddy Long's not on the show anymore.
No, I'm glad they're trying to rebuild Mark Henry back up. Mark Henry's had managers in the past that's helped him in some way, made him look like a monster, make him over heel again, stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing this FCW involved with WWE, building Mark Henry back up. So it could be interesting to see. But obviously, Mark Henry will be back in the line because there's now Alberto Del Rio and there's Daniel Bryan. So we'll have to see.
Indeed, and Abraham Washington, from what I've seen in FCW, is a very good talker, so the guy could be a good manager for Mark Henry. We'll have to see where that goes. We also had Eve Torres talking about our WrestleMania moment. Pretty pointless, so we'll move on. Miz and Zack Ryder had a match. It was interesting because you had the guy who got the pin in the 10-man, in the 12-man tag match versus the guy that got pinned in the 12-man tag match, and Miz just wins this pretty quick random match to fill time.
Quick, but I still think Ryder was booked a bit too heavily on Miz. I know Miz has been on a bad streak at the minute, but this is meant to be maybe Miz, whole new year coming up, him to get pushed back to the main event, WWE Championship picture. So maybe he was a bit booked strong, but again, the main thing is Miz got the win, and who knows where Miz can go from here.
Nearly 6 months since Miz had won a TV match. And he's finally won one. 5 or 6 months, and he's finally won a TV match. Could this be the start of a resurgence for Miz? I hope it is. Oh, NJ is a nice little segment idea. Do you know the enemy? Do you know your enemy? Well, gotta know the enemy. Why? Hey, this is time for a SmackDown WrestleMania rematch. Because on SmackDown we made it in Kane versus Orton and Del Rio versus Sheamus. At least we can say this. Raw is at least hyping up SmackDown, their B show on Raw.
I'm glad following WrestleMania they try and give SmackDown some important, big matches, but Kane and Orton again.
Yeah.
I think Orton wants some revenge there to get his win that he didn't get at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and I don't know why they're doing this again on free TV, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe it'll be an unclean finish and they'll end it at Extreme Rules. Who really knows? And then we get to our main event of the evening. The segment of the night, we'll just go through the normalities first, the formalities. You get Cena coming out. Basically, he hasn't really changed, has he? He's still the same old Cena, talking about, taking defeats, and we get the whole, you're a loser, and that he says he's not going to lash out at the WWE Universe. And one thing I hoped from that main event, that they would at least try and tweak the Cena character a little bit, but they really didn't in this segment, did they? At all.
Yes, mentioned how he lost the Rock, he'd be angry at that and all this, but he did show you the exact same scene that we got, that he's not letting anything affect him, he's staying calm, Cena, allowing things to move on, respect the Rock and all that. That's why we're trying to bring up the Rock. But it's just that it's a bit of a shame that I really wanted Cena. Yes, the Rock's bigger and better than Cena, but I still wanted Cena to be like, I just lost against the Rock. I really can't. Like, he gets an, I'm expected to win. Saw the video package throughout the night saying, I'm going to win this. The crowd want me to win this and all this, but Cena just really didn't follow on from this loss at WrestleMania.
But there we go. But the thing is, though, we moved on to something which could potentially be very good for WWE.
Which was Bryan chance again during Cena's promo.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
again.
And he even thanked him on camera for that one. There was a bit of fourth wall breaking there, brother. But then but the thing is, though, the crowd in this segment, they knew what was coming, didn't they? Because what chance did we get? We want Lesnar. We want Lesnar. Well, I want Rock, actually, said Cena. But I mean, basically, the highlight of the night, got to be the highlight of the night, really, isn't it? Is you have Cena cutting his promo, he invites The Rock out, And who do we get? None other than who, NJ?
Brock Lesnar.
Yes, in a very Paul Heyman style fashion there. So Brock Lesnar is back in the WWE. We did hear rumours that he signed a one-year contract, working a very light schedule. But the guy, he came out, he got a fucking massive pop, didn't he? The crowd went mental for Lesnar.
And Lesnar looked like he hadn't changed, came back, did the exact same thing, and knew exactly what he was doing. The only problem I have, problem/good thing, he comes in the ring and Cena just took the F5. He didn't say, no, I'm getting out this F5. He just took it.
He took it Johnny Ace style, didn't he?
He did.
But, I mean, yeah, it was really good, wasn't it, to see Lesnar come in F5 Cena. You get this real hint that Rock's going to try and go after the WWE Championship, and Lesnar and Cena are probably going to be in some kind of feud, probably for WrestleMania 29 or something like that. And it's really interesting, this, really, because you've got Lesnar, who was essentially Vince McMahon's next big thing, and as soon as Lesnar left, who took the reins then? None other than John Cena. So it could be a very interesting feud if they definitely, which it looks like they're going to go down this route. But God, highlight of the night, very well done. They didn't keep it very well from the crowd, but Brock Lesnar's back in WWE for a year, it would seem.
I love this moment. Lesnar's back. Yes, because we saw how great matches he had in the past, especially against Angle. So now he's going to go against Cena. My main thing is, do not book this match. If it is for WrestleMania, do not book it early. Give a build-up, and then you'll think, we've got a match here. Let's book for Mania. Let's just wait.
Yeah, I mean, we've got The Rock wanting the WWE Championship, Cena and Lesnar. There's a couple of things there that might interest us going into WrestleMania 29. And do you think, NJ, that this Raw, obviously Vince McMahon wanted to be really highly rated. Do you think this Raw will get those ratings? I mean, especially with that Lesnar, with The Rock appearing and the Lesnar segment and everything.
Well, we can't see much bad about this WrestleMania. Yes, it didn't include every wrestler that was at WrestleMania, but it was just too much there. But it delivered stuff that's going to get the crowd interested. And maybe they could have done a bit more with Bryan, especially after the crowd cheered. Maybe they could have made plans something more for him. But overall, I just thought it was really good.
Yeah, the Raw was good. I'd give it like a B rating. I mean, there was some crap in there, but I mean, at the end of the day, you had a good main event segment, you had a good hour main event segment, and Rock opening was pretty good as well. So I can't really fault this Raw too much. It did give us some decent direction from the WrestleMania fallout. So the Raw it was entertaining in most parts, and the main event segment really made this one, didn't it? The whole Lesnar coming back, and that was a good moment, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. So now the big question is, how are they going to move on from here? What they're going to do to hype up future matches? And all we say now is tune for SmackDown, because they've hyped up a little bit, and more so is going to happen on SmackDown.
Indeed. So, more importantly, guys, make sure you give us your thoughts on this edition of Monday Night Raw down in that comment section below, and expect the usual videos from us. Q&A on Tuesday, topical video Wednesday, TNA on Thursday, SmackDown on Friday, and more importantly, best and worst WrestleMania matches and best and worst WrestleManias coming this weekend. So look forward to those guys. WrestleMania may have finished, but it ain't finished on this channel. That's all I'm going to say. So make sure you give us your thoughts down in the comment section below. And WWE had Brock Lesnar as their main event. Well, here at the British Fist, we have someone called NJ in the main event. He is the biggest draw on this channel, brother.
Well, people, there's no Triple H, no Kane, but anyway, I'll tune to see what happens next with them. But all I can say now, people, from Mr. Parkin and me, NJ, tune in for another video from us. And all I can say now, people, is hopefully you enjoyed Raw. Until next time, goodbye.